Hi, this is Graham Jeacocke. Today's reading was the book of Exodus, and I've just listened to the 10 plagues, but something just struck me. Now, the Pharaoh and his people represents every nation of the world. Now, as it is set up, let's say the UK, the government, the politicians, right, are like the Pharaoh. They take on the responsibility of the people. Whatever the politicians do, the little people, such as me, have to take the punishment of whatever they choose to do. I'm not saying I disagree with that, I'm just pointing that out. But that's what struck me. You see, the responsibility, personal accountability. Why am I not accountable to these people who judge the politicians? You see, that's what Jesus is all about. Taking on the personal accountability. You see, we hide behind our leaders, our politicians, to fight our battles. And then we accuse our politicians of doing wrong. But let's face it, I do wrong all the time. And the politicians never get to hear it, unless I'm in court, obviously. And that's happened before. So check my name out. But this is the whole point of God. God is just because He asks us to have a conscience. He is fair. Was it fair for the people of Egypt to die? Well, they agreed to what the Pharaoh stood for. They carried out his commands. So, I think atheists have to look at how their country is set up. I'm not asking you to rebel. No, do not misuse my words. I am asking you to take personal accountability. You see, accept Jesus, right? And how on earth can you accept Jesus? Well, the term that many atheists get triggered at is the term sinner. But what does a sinner actually mean? A sinner means, translated, missing the mark. And love is the greatest exponent of this. We miss the mark on how to love people. I mean, we all like to talk about eros, but that's a selfish kind of love at times. I mean, you can't use eros to look after orphans or look after widows or have compassion on poor people. There's a different type of love. You see, God can judge the politicians, right? But God can judge us. And we have a conscience. Now, I'm not... Having a conscience does not mean that after you have declared that your conscience has bothered you, that you will act in a different way. No, you have to have continual faith of that belief. But unless you work with that faith and put it into action, your faith proves meaningless. It's like marriage. If I'll take it from a perspective of a guy, right? If you marry a woman, now, you have faith in love. The reason you get together is because you have this overwhelming belief that love has put you two together. Now, if you've said, I love you, my dear, now, what would you say demonstrated love? If the man refused to act on this love and obey the woman, or the man listened to the woman when she issued a command and did it because he loved her. Now, that's the same with Jesus, because Jesus identified himself as the bridegroom in a parable. Because I think it was the verse that it was for the Jews, it was a time they had to fast, and a Jew questioned Jesus, why are your followers not fasting? And Jesus went into this parable saying that the guests do not, I can't remember what it says now, they stick with the bridegroom, don't they? Because it's only after the bridegroom's gone that normality gets back. So you have to, if you say you love Jesus, then you have to have faith in that, but it's through your faith that you have a choice to either demonstrate that, and that's what's called works, out of love. So back to this, the Pharaoh of Egypt and the people. You see, this represents how all the world operates. We have the Pharaoh and we have the people. That's basically life as we see it. We have the politicians and we have the people. Now, God is just, I'm repeating myself, God is just because he gave a conscience to the people to accept Jesus. That's it. I hope I made sense. Anyway, enjoy your day.